Me, personally, on a whole, I believe wholeheartedly that the ban on magic mushrooms should be lifted, and a license should have to be enforced. So, to anyone without a license that happen to have the magic mushrooms, either face a hefty fine or they face imprisonment. The point I'm trying to make is that I believe wholeheartedly the police force, for that matter, should have to, come up with a new approach, because if they did the research on magic mushrooms, they would know that they aren't as bad as what the world, and when I refer to the world, I'm talking of Satan's voice here, that they are not as bad as that what people give them credit for. If you happen to have the knowledge, wisdom and logic in making the right choices and right decisions when magic mushroom picking, then you are absolutely fine, because you know which ones to avoid and which ones to actually, in fact, pick. And like I've already said numerous of times, I've shared so much regarding this topic. Magic mushrooms have actually, in fact, been proven to help aid with depression, anxiety, fear on a whole. And it's also known to help advance one's spiritual growth. And I'm not referring to fake spiritualism, that involves man-made religion. I'm talking spiritualism that's within the Holy Spirit. In other words, it's of God's kingdom. It's of the heavenly realm and not of this world. The lower planes, the lower realm, as I'd like to call it, which, as a matter of fact, is hell on earth. The point I'm trying to make is that the ban should be lifted and a new approach should be considered on magic mushrooms. Because, like I've already stated, if people did the research, and when I refer to people, I'm referring to mental health psychiatrists, counsellors, and even the police force and any other high-ranking figure, for that matter. The reason why magic mushroom picking has actually, in fact, been considered banned is due to the fact that, one, you've got people that pick them and sell them illegally, which I can honestly see as to why they've banned it in the first place, to prevent the profiteering of, or should I say, the profiteering off of other people's struggles, battles, and troubles, for that matter. But amidst all of this, there are actually, in fact, mushrooms out there that aren't dangerous, that have been proven to aid with people's chemical imbalances, along with general neurological impairments, for that matter. And magic mushrooms have also been proven to not only aid with these mental health impairments, but rather to elevate one's soul within. They're also proven to give people a moment's worth of joy, happiness, and any other biblical fruit of the spirit as well, might I add. The point I am trying to make is that a new approach should be considered involving magic mushroom picking, and the ban should actually in fact be lifted, and a license should be enforced. Okay, it might not actually in fact cut down the illegal pickings and profiteerings for that matter, but it will also guarantee more arrestable offence is for that matter, because those that don't have a license, that haven't shown up with a license upon the computer intelligence for that matter. In other words, if there's no data suggesting or even proving that somebody has a license and they happen to be in contact with a large quantity of magic mushrooms, then they should, within reason, be held accountable and responsible for their consequences. Personally, like I said, the reason why that this is banned within many countries for that matter is because there is actually in fact truth to what I'm saying. And it's all a part of the government's plan. The government have actually in fact enforced this law, as you will, as part of their tyranny, to actually prevent people from figuring out just exactly who they are within Christ's image, God's image for that matter, what their souls are about, and that's not right, it's not fair. So, to any of the police forces watching this video, I could only pray on to God that you take something from it and learn something from it for that matter. Because if you did put in the research and you relentlessly studied on magic mushrooms themselves, and you actually took the time to learn, then you would know that there's actually truth to what I'm saying. Yes, there are a load of bad mushrooms out there that are guaranteed to contribute to psychological impairments as well as chemical imbalance, thus actually in fact result into a deterioration within mental health later on down the line. But then there are mushrooms out there that actually in fact aid with depression, they aid people with anxiety, they aid people that happen to experience fear of whatever kind. And might I also add, before wrapping this video up, if magic mushrooms are actually consumed within the right company, in other words, the Holy Spirit's company through other people, then I can guarantee you wholeheartedly that there would be no cases of bad experiences whatsoever. And, you know, like I said, people need to study, you know, they need to study magic mushrooms on a whole and know that they could actually, in fact, still be used as a psychedelic, hallucinogenic medicine to help aid the soul, the heart and the mind for that matter. And this is why, you know, within the years, I believe it was the 50s and 60s, you know, it was a popular trend back then, because it did actually, in fact, help a lot of people, psychologically that is. And there you have it, folks.